Alright, someone asked me, why in the hell did you build that ginormous walkway between your horde bases, and then you hardly reinforced the horde bases themselves? Well, you see, before I can even get around to reinforcing the horde bases themselves, I have to make sure that I have a viable route that I can use to escape said horde bases if they go to shit. You see, in my experience, you can have a horde base that is completely indestructible walls, and the zombies will still find a way to get in. And a lot of people are like, what do you mean they'll find a way in? Even if you had a wall that was 4 blocks thick surrounding you on all sides, the spider zombies will just climb over the wall. If you put a roof on your walls to keep the spider zombies out, the zombies will just dig under. And if you put something underneath your feet to keep the zombies out, they'll just eventually bust through the wall. So you always need some kind of escape route to get the fuck out of there. And besides, it doesn't matter if you guys don't like my escape route, because Todd Howard said he liked my escape route. That's right, Todd Howard, the guy, the guy who did Fallout, the guy who did Skyrim. He actually told me that he liked my escape route. He actually said that having an escape route, kind of like a skywalk, was an ingenious move, because the only things that can get me are the vultures. And the vultures are insanely weak when it comes to firearms attacks. So basically, a vulture just has to fly up to me, and I can blast him with a shotgun, and he's dead. The zombies can't get me when I'm way up in the air. The zombies are basically totally fucked when I'm way up in the sky. Alright. Now I'm going to answer another question. Someone else also asked me what my reaction was when Needs Gaming announced that Thick had a brain tumor. I was just like, well, cancer is something that happens. A lot of people have that susceptibility in their genes. And I know someone is probably asking me, what do I mean when I say that people have that susceptibility in their DNA? Well, just as I said it, motherfucker. A lot of people who get cancer have parents who have had experience with cancer, or have grandparents that have had experience with cancer. Every single person that I know who has gotten cancer in the past, their family has had some experience with cancer. Like their grandmother had cancer, or their great-grandmother had cancer, or their mom had cancer, or their aunt had cancer. I'm pretty sure that if Thick did some checking, he'd probably find out that someone in his family had cancer. and that's a genetic trait. Being susceptible to cancer is a genetic trait. Now, I'm not saying that you can only get cancer if you're genetically vulnerable to it. I'm just saying that it's 100 times easier to get cancer when you have a genetic vulnerability to it. So unless Thick has been injecting cigarette tar into his own brain, I'm pretty sure he got brain cancer because he had a genetic defect. But considering he was able, they were able to find it and remove it without causing any without causing any detrimental effects. That's actually pretty good. But now that Thick has had brain cancer and been treated for brain cancer, he actually has a active excuse whenever he's playing games and he's sucking at it. Like if he's sitting there and he's playing a game and like, damn, Thick, this is the 5th time you've died already. What the fuck's wrong with you? He can just look at him and go, listen, I know I'm sucking at this game, but I had a chunk of my brain removed. Give me a break, man. That, which also makes me wonder, was Thick's previous actions in his games because of the brain tumor? I mean, when he was playing 7 Days to Die, and he built that fort that collapsed. Did he build that fort that collapsed because his brain was messed up because he had that brain tumor? Or is it just because he was dumb to begin with? A lot of people might say that the reason Thick acted the way that he did in the past was because of the brain tumor. But even if that's not the case, he now has a valid excuse that he can use. He can now Thick can be like, yeah, you remember when I was playing 7 Days to Die and I was totally sucking ass at it? Yeah, what about it, Thick? Well, I'm pretty sure the only reason I was sucking ass at it was because of the brain tumor. And they'll be like, oh, yeah, that might be true, Thick. That might be true. A lot of people might have a new opinion about Thick's previous gameplay now that they know that he had a brain tumor. But I'm wondering if Thick's future gameplay is going to be affected because he had a chunk of his brain taken out. Thick, you keep dying. Can't help it. I'm struggling to play. I think it might have something to do with the fact that I had a chunk of my brain taken out. You're like, oh, right. I wonder if Thick is gonna use that like in like restaurants or in